10 hours I spent with that boy were more exciting, more fascinating than decades with you.
Oh,
there it is. The half blank, half apocalyptic look. But what does it mean tonight? Huh? Does he want to lick my boots or chop my hands off?
The boy. The fascinating boy. He's fine.
Don't.
He's just fine.
Don't.
Oh, he's fine. You're fine. This is fine. We're all fine.
How was your lunch?
This nigga.
Entertaining. He made it all the way to Burj Khalifa. How's Paris?
We paused Paris. Reminisced about San Francisco.
okay. We both did the same thing. All right. Before we watch after the episode, we got to talk about whatever that was.
I don't know if I'm ready to. So much.
That stare down at the end said everything. Like,
yeah. Like Louis looks like ready for war.
Like they always looking at each other. Like Armand coming in with them sunglasses killed me though. I don't know what's about to happen.
That's the thing. These theatrics will never die. They will never die. Nigga came in here with these Matrix ass glasses. Do they even have those? What time is this? No, this is
modern day.
All right.
I mean, Armand is so unserious.
So, like, I mean, it just feels completely obvious, obviously, now that they've realized they've had their memories altered in the same way. And even that line that Armand said, he was like, I preserve his happiness even when he can't or won't. Like, that's the same thing Louis said to Daniel. So it's like he's playing those lines over and over again that Armand probably drilled in his head. But now I want to see the full picture now of like what took place, because even from what Louis can remember about the ending of Claudia or where she is, like
they're still missing stuff.
Right.
I mean, so am I supposed to believe Armand was basically remove those memories because we saw Armand not as his best self? Mm-hmm. He was like, y'all don't need to remember this, because I promise not to harm people or whatever. I don't know. I'm still, why did Armand remove that everything they remembered in the hotel room? Did he not want him to remember Daniel at all? But he obviously still does. So it's not that. So like, was it just because Armand tortured Daniel for days and he just like is messing up his narrative of who he is?
I mean, yeah, he definitely has. Like he's been saying for the last couple of episodes about what Armand won't do, coming up with all these excuses as to like how he's not this horrible person. Like he did it a couple times in the previous episodes.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the only thing I can think of at this moment with what we have.
That's a good point, Luna Moth. Because of the Lestat thing, like he could get in contact with him. He just doesn't want him to remember also that. He don't want Louis to remember. Okay, so clearly, like speaking of that, so Louis obviously remembered Claudia and what happened to her and tried to run out into the sun. And we know that Louis said he would never walk into the sun, even though he considers it, unless Claudia was not alive. So Louis obviously remembered what happened to Claudia in that moment. I'm assuming is what he recalled. And some people said maybe it was the drugs why he couldn't remember. But I think it's because Armand erased that too, to preserve his happiness, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, taking away all the elements of the things that would push him to that again, you know?
Right.
Like that was Lestat and Armand's thing, was just keeping him
alive. Which is a crazy theme. Like at this point. Like Louis, I mean,
both of them are
doesn't want to be alive. And he's constantly stuck in this, he can't, they will refuse to let him go.
Yeah, he's like immortally, eternally their quote unquote plaything, you know what I mean? They just can't let him go. And it's just so sad because like like there was a couple times in there where I was starting to get a little emotional until y'all in these comments talking about chicken fried
Hold on,
Louis.
don't do us, because everybody kept it together for a long time with Louis over here looking crispy fried, like he got that stone disease. He was looking like Anakin Skywalker. We kept together for a long time. I mean, that scene where he walked out into the sun was beautiful.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it was
that was
tragic.
that was I think the second time I got emotional. I felt myself like
Right.
because they be acting.
They do.
Like
the
this was a
music,
great episode as far as like their ability, like
the range.
the range of it all.
Yeah.
And even
I love seeing Armand unhinged too. Like I saw it was acting.
Yeah, he definitely was, but it's just like before I keep bouncing between like Armand doing stuff for good versus Armand just being evil. You know what I mean? I keep bouncing
Gremlin.
back and forth between that. Right, exactly. Just
Gremlin,
like Louise said,
Armand,
right.
or nurse. He's like, are you the nurse or the gremlin? And that's like the two sides of Armand. For me, it was most impressive seeing it in such a time span with Daniel himself. Like we saw him torturing Daniel and being this psychotic, jealous boyfriend, and then he literally flipped into like, well, I'm the angel of mercy for you.
Right.
Like we saw it in a very short time period, and I was like, that's crazy to see.
He's definitely trying to curate his image of himself to Louis because of their distance, because of his quote unquote boredom from him, you know, like that, in which was, even though it was very creepy and very evil feeling, like it was so sad for the character Armand, just because like I think it was Rashawn that said like, imagine being eternally insecure.
I
mean,
immortally insecure. Basically, it always, like, we even seeing Louis in two different relationships, it always brings to mind that like these are vampires, but it's almost everything is multiplied. Because like 100%. The stuff that you deal with in relationships, they're dealing with for like, I mean, most people can't even stand being with the same person for like 20 years without wanting to kill them. And like these beings are together for all these decades. And when they snap, what is that going to look like? It's going to be worse.
Speaking of snapping, because honestly, this is the embers that I feel like I needed to realize that like Louis, as these memories are going to be coming back to him, he's not going to actively put himself in a position to have his memories erased again. Like as he's realized how much of his life's been. That's what I'm saying. So like that last shot was literally, in my opinion, him being resolute that he needs to end things with Armand or get away from Armand. And Armand's
but how they're stuck. You know, I had the theory that Dubai is really a prison of sorts. I just don't see Louis being able to run up out of there. Like, what are they gonna do? And then Daniel's there too. Like,
I mean, we've been throwing around the idea of Lestat popping back up in the past. What if it's the present that he pops back up in?
Oh, you
like
don't think
he's gonna, like, they're gonna it's gonna come to a head. This show wouldn't be this show if they didn't have that type of friction. Like, there's gonna be a point, maybe in this season towards the end or whatever, where Louis like adamantly says he doesn't want to be with Armand, or where they come to like butt heads, and obviously he's not stronger than Armand.
Is Armand gonna let him walk away though? Because I feel like Armand's
come into the picture.
I'm like, Armand's whole thing is this PR perception of, I don't really know what's driving Armand yet, besides just being insecure, but I don't know. It feels like he has something else beyond him. Because even when he was talking about why he went to Paris to take over the Coven, it was like, I was sent to Paris to take over the Coven. So it's like he has something behind him, pushing him to do these things. So even though I think Armand would be fine with just like letting them go, maybe, depending on which Armand he is that day. I don't know. I feel like it's more to it. Why is Louis so special?
Not gonna lie, if I pour my love out for someone for decades and they still low-key smolder for Lestat, I might snap after one or two mini cleanups. I mean, yeah, but that's Louis' thing though, because he did the same thing with Lestat. He just kept him in this bubble for over a decade of just misery. Like, he took pride in it, you know, like he languished it, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of you saw that when he was like letting loose on Armand. That's just like honestly, this is gonna sound horrible.
No.
Maybe Louis should have like ended it back then. Like it could, because like,
I mean,
what is
I'm not
his
gonna
relief?
say terrible, because I do feel like, okay, by the end of Louis' story, because there's so many people in this story, obviously, I feel like Louis' perfect ending would just being able to walk out into the sun in peace. Just like Louis wants to be done.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the only positive ending I see for Louis, the character, because he's just in this forever tortured state and no one can feel the whole.
Yeah, because he keeps trying to find new ways to do it, like to fill that hole. And I've never, even though Jada and Will Smith ain't the idol relationship, one thing that they said about their relationship that I loved was that Will Smith was like, we didn't find each other to make ourselves whole. Jada finds her 100%, I find my 100%, we come together and then we just share that with each other. Louis is constantly trying to bring himself back to 100% ever since he first turned, and it's just like the people that he's running into to do that is just clawing more and more out of him, you know what I mean? Like
it's a codependent. This is classic. I mean, this is vampire codependency, but I mean, there are plenty of human relationships that are codependent in the same way, you know? So both parties in these relationships are very, very much so codependent. And this is just the toxic nature of it. But you multiply it times 1,000,000 because they're vampires and they don't die. So I think when he was talking to Lestat, you know, and we heard that again, that's what he was saying. He won't tell him why. So Armand is just like being weird. Just like, oh, I heard Lestat. Let me call and be like, oh, I got your man here with me.
But like, what even was the point of that? Besides,
but I'm not gonna tell you where
Louis
is.
Like pain. You know what I mean? Like, why would you?
He's bringing Lestat pain, I think, because we got to remember a couple episodes ago that Armand was played by Lestat, basically. Like Armand fell in love and is just salty about how Lestat did him, I think. So I feel like it was more to torture Lestat than Louis.
I mean, but we can't pretend like that don't have no effect on Louis. We see him literally a piece of charcoal writhing over this information. Like he's telling him that he's like talking to you now, like I can hear him. He's telling him certain lines, but not the full story. Like, what's the point of that when it comes to Louis? Like, it's just so nasty.
It's so messy. What is the main feeling you left this episode with?
Exhaustion. Drained, tired, clueless.
Let me know in the chat too, y'all. Like, how do you feel about the episode? It's just like, you know, it's interesting because season 1, episode 5, I think, is that the infamous episode? Yeah, because we just watched it. That was the infamous episode for Lestat and Louis. And now episode 5 of season 2 is Armand and Louis.
Louis always screaming in the background on episode 5.
It's like, this is the, you know what I mean? And instead of Claudia is Daniel. And it's just like so many parallels to episode 5 in last season, where this is where it all falls apart, you know? And it's just very interesting. So this is even though Armand never lays a finger on Louis, you know, like he promised, like, I won't hurt you. He promised, and he said, I never have. And but we see that, okay,
maybe physically
you ain't dropping him from the clouds,
but you still fucking him up. And like, he did just say, like, am I forever going to be a reminder of my part in what happened in Paris?
Right.
So like, we can put the pieces together to figure out what he means there. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna have some kind of a major hand in it, and that's what this is about to play out right now.
What if we find out Lestat is in on it though?
I don't
think he's gonna come in as a hero. I need him
to. I need him to
feel like he's not gonna come in as a hero.
Because right now, the only person that I'm like behind right now is Daniel.
I love Daniel.
Yeah.
I just love Daniel. How did you... Okay, so I wanted to say one of the standout moments. We'll go into standout moments of the episode. And then I'll catch up with some of these comments. And I've been putting them up on the screen as I'm looking at them, because I can't really read them all. But I am reading them. But so the part that almost got me. Let's do most emotional moments. We talked about Louis burning himself outside. But for me, I think it was also the moment where that end part where you see Armand, because I was like, okay, that was like a like the pastor be saying, he's speaking death over Daniel basically, because Daniel needed to rebuke Armand. Yeah. But it was really moving to hear Louis speak life back into him, and how that was the one thing that he got right in his life. That thing that Louis told him. I was like, okay,
gave him some fuel.
Yeah, that gave Louis a little iota of a point for me. So Louis got some points for me because that was really sweet. I think that was really good. But the fact that Armand is doing this to people all the time is really fucking sick.
I mean, that was a gag that it was like 128 dudes versus the 5 he told.
That's what I'm saying.
That he told Daniel, which just goes to further prove that he's like constantly like trying to feel like, I don't want to say just feel something, but like he's like basically, I feel like using these people as therapy devices.
Who, Armand?
You know what I mean? No, Louis using all these men. You know what I mean? Like he was,
and that's
like,
what Armand was saying. I think.
Yeah.
Because he was saying you keep doing this over and over again, and he picks low lives and like people like Kate with the broken people. He likes to fix people, or he picks people that he feels like he can fix. And I wanted to say, because I think that speaks to him saying boy all the time, because I hated that. Like, I was not feeling Louis the first half of the episode. I could not get with this boy thing, but I think it spoke to his mindset when he was getting these people. It was like, oh, you're just damaged thing, and I'm just kind of like this all-knowing being. It was kind of like a power thing he did. So maybe that's why he kept saying it. It was just really weird, and I hated it. I hated it every second, because Louis is a black man. So it's just like a black man from the South, from where he was from, saying boy is really like uncomfortable for me.
Right.
Because it has a certain connotation. So
becoming that thing he hates.
Yeah. That was just weird for me. I really hated that. It made me uncomfortable.
I want to see what these other 128 boys look like, because he was mentioning how Lestat had a type, and he mentioned that Daniel would be the one
going after Lestat's type.
Maybe, like that's a thing we see with certain serial killers, and Louis is a serial killer.
Oh, I didn't think about that. And then that was kind of sick when he said that, like, oh, he definitely be Lestat's type. But even Armand calling out, oh, you're just talking trash about him to get. So is everything Louis doing to get Lestat's attention?
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him at all, because I mean, they had, even though Louis,
say you be tired at every episode.
I do. I really do. I truly do. And like, I almost want to say I'm tired of being tired, but that just goes to show how good the show is, because it compels and drains you so much. But I'm still like along for the ride, because I need answers. I want to know everything, as they come. Don't y'all? I saw some warnings about spoilers.
Okay, if y'all see, I'm like, if y'all see a spoiler, I'm gonna have to make somebody who's read the book a mod, so if they see a spoiler, they can just delete it before I see it, so I won't have to see it myself. But okay, my reaction from the episode, my stomach was in knots. I feel like it's just, I had the same feeling watching season 1, episode 5. So it's pretty much the same. Just like, even though it wasn't as violent, it still was very violent.
I think because I'm so empathetic to how Louis is getting used so much. Granted, I don't be giving Louis a lot of passes with some of the shit he do. But like hearing him like that same thing in last episode 5, where he's like screaming from the background, telling Claudia everything's going to be all right while he's fighting Lestat, kind of like parallels to this, like he's in the background begging Armand to leave him alone, like to come to him, help him. I just hate hearing him in that much pain. Now, honestly, a lot of my most emotional moments in this show is Louis just going through it. Him in the church, in the confession.
Somebody else brought the parallel with the church too.
Like it's so painful. Like he does anguish so well. He really does.
It is. I'm just, my brain is just like running back how similar season 1, episode 5 and season 2, episode 5 are. If you just switch out some things, with Claudia being the center of the argument and Daniel being the center of the argument this time.
And Daniel did say, "I'll be your Claudia."
And both lovers being so possessive of Louis that they can't even stand him having interest in something else.
Yeah. That isolation. I even know Armand gives him a little bit more leeway than Lestat to be able to
But
have
that
these
whole
endeavors with these
soliloquy
other
about
people.
you gonna help me be what he called it? He's gonna help me be basically interesting or fascinating. Like that was weird.
Trying to pick his brain, see what Louis saw in him so much that he don't see in himself in Armand.
That was such a jealous lover soliloquy. It was great. Yeah. But it was very, very weird.
Because that's the thing. I feel like Armand is a child, 500, 600-year-old child who is just like trying to keep his toys to himself.
Right.
Like
him and Lestat are too alike. That's probably why they couldn't be together.
And that's probably why Louis was so attracted to Armand. I mean, we saw from the moment he walked up, like it was that intimidation factor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, okay, let's watch the
after. I don't know how it's gonna get worse. How is
it's about to? Because you know how it's gonna get worse. Do you want to watch the after the episode first, or talk about how it's gonna get worse?
No,
first.
So please.
You okay?
No, I'm not.
Daniel's cowboy. I mean, I get that he's cowboy. I mean, I get it, but I mean, even still, like to me, it's just for Louise to say that, it's just giving insight. It's not like it's out of left field, but it's giving insight to the mindset of Louise at that time. And I think when Armand came and said, "This is what you do. You find these people who are lowlifes and degenerates, and you bring them in, and then you sit here and do all this talking about all this bull and Lestat and talking." So I think the boy is an insight to Louis' toxic state at this time, because there's no way you can convince me a black man from Louisiana is just walking around here calling people boy. Like that's just a weird thing to add to his vocabulary. But it made sense. After everything came together, it definitely made sense.
Now they really gonna have to put on a united front to get anywhere with this Armand situation, which is baffling to me because Daniel is still human. Daniel's mind is still wide the hell open to Armand. So it's like everything y'all just talked about, you think Armand don't know? The same way y'all walked into that coven thinking they wouldn't know about Lestat?
I just don't think Daniel's gonna make it out alive.
Like it's weird because especially with their age dynamic visually, part of me is like, I want Daniel and Louis to be together. I'll run off into the sunset.
I just don't see that. I don't think love is in the cards for Louis. He can't do it right.
Nothing but tragedy. This is one of those like, this is just simply going to end in tragedy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and I'm not ready for it. I want at least Daniel to be happy or move on from this, but I can't see a scenario how it does unless Louis, Daniel, and Lestat get together and kill Armand. And even then, Lestat's still an issue. I'm not okay. Don't cuss me out. Okay. I don't think Armand deserves to die. I'm sorry. Now I can't be flip-flopping like this. If Lestat deserves whatever after dropping this man from the sky, I mean, yes, Armand's rewriting people's brains. He is using his special gift, overpowered, to do terrible things to people. But I'm a Lestat girly, and so by default, I have to say that I just don't think Armand deserves to die for what he's done. So what should happen in a perfect world? If you could write the ending of this show, how would you reconcile all of this? Because I just don't see no way of coming back from that many years of manipulation.
I mean, he probably could help Louis get his memories back, or tell him what he deleted, right?
And you think that would be like?
I mean, give him back. It's like you took it. At least give it back. Give it back so he can make a decision from the place of true informed state.
I'm not. Hey, this is Bree speaking. I can't say your name, Rashawn. This is Bree.
He said, "I hope your spouse count phone." I'm not caping for Armand.
It sounds like it a little bit. It do.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I don't think he deserves to die. I think he should not be with anyone. But I to me, I hold it to the same level as Lestat dropping Louis from the sky. Like, it's basically the same to me in essence. Like it apples to apples. It's like you have this gift of going in people's minds, being able to rewrite it, being able to tap into people's minds. You use that to harm someone that you care about. And that's the same thing Lestat did by using his cloud gift to fly up into the sky and drop him from the, the sky. And I feel like they are the same. And if I don't feel like Lestat deserves to die from that, it's hard for me to feel like Armand is just this complete monster. We gonna have to do Armand is not a monster stream. We finna do the Armand is not a monster. I mean, I think he is worse because of his harm to a human. I do think that is like, for me, like, okay, but I think he can give Louis his memories back and let Louis, he's withholding and he has all this information. So it's like, give him his information back. Where's Lestat? We know you know, and let him go from there. Stop making him a prisoner.
I would like to believe that Armand has it within him. I can't even get this out because I'm lying. I feel like, because even with Lestat, right? Lestat has done more than just drop Louis from the moon, right? He's done a lot more than that. But a lot of it, I feel like, was reactionary, as well as he does have a deep love for Louis in a way that I want to believe is like pure,
right?
As pure as it can be with vampires.
As pure as Lestat.
And because they're vampires, I'm grading their actions a little bit on a curve, right, compared to human actions. So like things like that, that amount of aggressive physical violence in a human sense would be on a lesser scale. But for Armand, like, it's decades upon decades of
he's
this
just
betrayal
better,
type of
he's
situation.
better at hiding his monstrosity. And we gotta remember, I think Louis would still be with Lestat if Claudia didn't push for it. So you got to take away, there's no Claudia to be that. You need to get out, Louis. There's no one around anymore to tell Louis that he needs to go. So like, we got to think, like, even after he dropped him from the sky, he was like, yeah, he was gonna stay with him. I mean, I don't,
but like, even
think
in that,
he would have left Lestat if Claudia had pushed.
I mean, and I don't think Lestat, I mean, granted, Lestat is alive at the time of Daniel's first interview.
Yeah.
So there was a space that Lestat is able to give Louis to figure out who he is, be who he is without Lestat. Armand, I just don't think is capable, because he goes to such great lengths to keep Louis to himself. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's why part of me feels like, where is Lestat? Like, what is Armand doing? I know Armand doing something to keep them two apart, because that little phone call, that little Google Voice call,
right?
Lestat definitely seems still very much so, this is my love.
100%.
So we already know Armand is doing something to keep them apart.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't think it's, but that being said, I don't think Lestat's giving Louis space. I just think he literally doesn't know where he is.
It also, I wouldn't put it past Lestat to travel to every fucking continent trying to find Louis' brain waves. You know,
that's
what I
why
mean?
he in a Dubai prison. I feel like something about that house they in, because it looks very Kanye West. Like, I feel like it's giving vampire voices can't get through these walls. Like, something about it is giving, like, this house is specially made so that you can't hear other voices. I feel like it's a mental institution. I feel like no one can hear Louis, even if he screamed out from there. And Louis just don't know that. I just
can't see Lestat going to those same lengths that Armand is going.
No, because he would just kill Louis first.
I mean, yeah. Well, maybe not kill him, because I don't even think he truly thought dropping him from that length was gonna kill him.
Okay, he'd probably be in the house with no legs.
Right, he's just a little bit of a paraplegic.
I'll chop your legs off
and then say goodbye. I'm gonna make you feel what you made me feel. That's what that was. I'm gonna give you the same pain, but I'm still gonna walk away.
I just think that this is what I always talk about, because we've been talking about the bear, like what makes a person dangerous. You better not get on my bed. talking to the cat. But some people think the person who acts out violently is the worst, but I see them as equals. So while Lestat probably would come to murdering Louis by mistake, either in a crime of passion or rage, you know, Armand is doing this. I said, get up.
She about to skin that cat.
Get off. Sorry, he think he's slick. But yes, so I think they're the same. I think it's just easier when a person, I mean, which y'all are going really hard on Armand, so I'm proud of that, because usually people go after a more violent person easier. But I think Armand is like, well, as long as I don't actually hit you, which is all I promise.
Which is like crazy that I'm over here trying to like give room for Lestat to be a better person only because he was physically violent, not mentally. But with vampires, this is the conversation. You have to bring that into play. Because they're not, ain't Nam fucking vampire in this thing gonna be just so sweet and kind and handle things just in the best way without some type of violence, regardless if that's physical or mental.
I think they're the same. I think Lestat and Armand deserve each other, but it would never work. Y'all laughing at me how we talk. You know, black people talk to our cats like they're humans. Right. Armand isn't worser. I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like y'all. I don't know if any of y'all saw our debate. I need to know who Ashley is team. Well, who is she team? She's still team Louis? Because we gotta talk. Ashley, come talk to me. We're not gonna jump you. I just need to know.
No, I do want to hear some more perspectives.
I want to hear some more.
We need to do that more. Like we was bringing people on that wanted to like give their opinion about that. We need to do some more of that. Like if anybody in the comments wanted to come on camera and really hash this out, because I'm so lost. Like I don't know who to. I do. It's not going to be Team Armand. I'm just never going to be Team Armand from what we've seen so far.
Because Armand with them shades on the blowout, it was cute.
I mean, yeah, the fineness 100%, but like. As the character and putting myself in a Louis position, maybe not even a Louis position, just from an onlooker.
Right. My girl, Ashley, you have supporters here. I know. We might do that. So you think we should like let people after the episode like come up for like a couple minutes?
Absolutely.
Just to like ride it into 2 hours. That'd be cute. Y'all want to do that? Let me know in the chat. Because I mean, it's StreamYard. We be done dropped the link now. I'm scared because you know
some people.
My band hammer is fast, so I'm willing to try.
From voices we trust, okay? The common names we see in here coming in week after week.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to say you have to be a sub, maybe I'm not trying to make it a money thing, but you gotta. In 2024, I've had this new stance that we need to gatekeep. We need to bring gatekeeping back. Yeah,
this ain't no Megal. Don't be pulling your stuff out on camera just for shits and giggles.
To bring gatekeeping back, we might need to let it. So Team Louis and Lestat, they're all terrible. Just like they all terrible, baby.
As Claudia said, I only met umpteen vampires, and all of y'all are the worst.
That's true. I'm so scared. So let's talk about before we wrap up, like next episode, Claudia, you know, what are you got any new theories? Like any foreshadowing that kind of gave you a feeling that, you know,
I mean, they did say there was a lot of inside the episode. He was talking about there was a lot of foreshadowing of things that have happened and to come. And he specifically said that over the clip of Daniel walking in that room with the coffin. So that already makes me nervous. Like that already makes me nervous because a coffin, a human, what you think that means? And I don't want to see Daniel die. The one good person I don't want to see.
I'm ready for Claudia to die. I'm not saying like I feel like she deserves it, but it's so obvious the writing's on the wall. But yeah, I feel like if I have to see, I don't know. I can't handle Daniel dying.
That's gonna make me cry.
Yes, I can't handle that. Daniel better not die. Stop saying Daniel's getting yeeted. I don't want to say
it's so sad. I'm laughing. But
the trial on stage.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
I know Delaney said when they were talking about a song they would pick, and she said something about sunlight, and I'm just like, I mean, sunlight looks like a way to go. Do you think it's gonna be sun via fire?
It's gonna be fire. That theater is gonna get lit up ablaze. I just don't know how it's gonna happen. Like, I feel like it's going to be the climax of this play. Like, nobody's
like,
leaving
how's
this
the
play
fire?
and going home and going to be able to talk about what a great play that was. That's
Do you
not,
think it's
that's not
gonna
in the
be like
cards.
one of those, like, we're putting you on the like Salem witch kind of burning, or do you think it's gonna be like an accident, or do you think like what is it?
I mean, because let's circle back to the episode before last where we ended with Santiago. She took the evidence. They're going to do some form of a trial. You saw that wig in Santiago's hand.
So they talking about that wig, yeah. And
So-
Santiago gets to write a new, as the coven leader. He's probably like, let's get rid of this doll play. Let me write the play. You know, it's gonna be messy.
And I feel like he would position that to where there's some type of
no,
like I don't think it's just Claudio on trial. I feel like it's Claudio on trial, it's Louis on trial, and it's Armand on trial. And if Armand has any type of response or retaliation towards Santiago, he's going to take it out on not only them, but Claudia as well. Maybe not in a direct way, but indirectly. Which is why he's like,
so bad.
Yeah.
I still stand by Louis is going to set it on fire out of pissoffity. I think Louis is going to do it. Pissofftivity. I think he's going to do it. But I don't know how that leads, because girl, you could just go out the door. So either Louis gonna like set the theater on fire, or he just gonna start setting people on fire.
and
which
he
is
the most
crazy.
dangerous vamp.
That would be crazy if Louis just starts setting people on fire. Like he just look at them and they just go up in flames.
Yeah.
Woo!
Look, Mon has fire powers. Louis has fire powers, and I think that's unique to them for some reason. I don't think everybody does. So it's one of them too.
That's crazy. Oh, I'm so scared, but I know.
Don't Lestat have fire abilities too?
Have we seen Lestat do in the show? Have we seen Lestat do anything with fire? I don't recall.
Who lit a trash? Did somebody light a? Am I just making it up? Did somebody light a trash can on fire in season 1?
I don't remember that. No, not yet in the show. No. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we know Lestat is coming back in a grand fashion. I'm just scared because I don't know what Lestat's gonna be on when he come back. You know what I mean?
That's the biggest question mark for me.
What is he gonna be on?
Biggest question mark. Like, what was he doing during this time? What is his reaction to all of this play out, especially with everything being on the table? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if Louis finds out, because I still don't think us as the viewer saw the conversation between Lestat and Armand. Louis was still not privy to the whole "I still love you" situation.
No,
like imagine him saying that in person.
Wait, I
like,
can't hear you.
Like.
I'm at Midtown Station. I'm at
breaking.
Girl, I'm at the Center for the Arts train station. Girl, I'll call you back.
Right, going through a tunnel.
When I get to Georgia State, like. Sorry, we from Atlanta, so that's the MARTA track. That's the MARTA track. You know, when you get in certain areas, you ain't just hang up. You're not getting it through.
Oh, Louis lit up the trash can.
Yeah, Louis was doing all of that. Yeah. I feel like Lestat's gonna come back for the theatrics. I feel like we were talking about in the past, what is Santiago and Lestat's interaction is going to be like. And now that Santiago has basically become the coven leader and it's just like, oh, we out for blood, Buki. Like, I kind of feel like Lestat might be here for it. Some part of me feels like he's gonna be like, yeah. I just don't see him coming in as the savior of any type. And I feel like Louis ass is gonna be over there like, this is the love of my life, Armand. Like, I just don't.
At that time, probably. Definitely.
In the moment.
Yeah, like during the time of Santiago in the theater, they are still in this whole I choose you situation, you know? So maybe that could be.
What do you think? Like,
but maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why there's so much distance between Lestat and Louis, because he made it clear that he chooses Armand.
Right.
So he lets him.
He's like, but if you ever hurt him, Armand, I'm coming to get my man. Like, you think it's one of those kind of
And maybe
things?
that's why he was getting so like testy at the end of it when he wasn't communicating everything he was saying, only part of it.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, what are you doing to my boo? What's going on?
You told me you never would hurt him.
Find y'all.
And why is he hurting? You told me you was never gonna hurt him, and I told you if you hurt him, I was coming for him. So where he at? Like, it felt more like that kind of thing. Like they had an agreement. So
yeah, it has to be some form of an agreement or blackmail, maybe. that Armand has with Lestat, because I just can't see Lestat with any type of concern for Louis letting things just continue
be
going
like
on.
that.
Yeah,
I think they will eventually come to some like agreement. He said deep down in hell he loved Claudia. I just feel like, I mean, I would be more shocked if Lestat defends Claudia, because I feel like he'll be like, look, she in the coven, she killed me. Santiago, if you want her, you can have her, but you can't touch Louis. Like, I definitely feel like that would just be his whole thing. So, because he already knew the rules when he made Claudia also, and he knew that, you know, she wasn't supposed to be made and all that stuff that they say. So I just kind of feel like he wouldn't really like fight for that as much, even though he doesn't follow the coven rules. But she also encouraged his man to leave him and like murder him.
But like Lestat knows, and he made that clear in season 1 with the whole tickets please, that Louis can't survive in this world without, I feel like, Claudia being on this realm, right? So I don't think he would be specifically complicit in Claudia's downfall because of what he knows that'll do to Louis. You know?
Yeah.
So it has to be Armand or maybe Louis.
I was like, if Louis does it by mistake, then you know what I mean? Then he'd be like, yeah, he need to be with you, Armand, because he needs good electroshock therapy at the house. Like, I'm just saying, he needs some memories like erased on demand. So maybe they try to be together, and then Lestat's just like, I can't keep him alive because every time he thinks about Claudia, he try walking the sun. So maybe he's just like, Armand, you take him, do your mind stuff, and keep him alive. Like, I don't know. So I'm so scared. Yeah, I think Lestat would come to that conclusion if Louis was trying to walk out into the sun because of what he did to Claudia. I don't know. I don't know.
What if that's like not even the first time that happened though? Like, what if that was like that's happened multiple times? Like
that they just like cannot be together after the trauma of Claudia.
Like that wasn't the first
so
time
tragic.
Louis walked into the sun or tried to kill himself in some kind of a way.
Yeah, I don't think it is, honestly. I wonder if every time he's missing memories, is it he tried to do that? You know what I mean?
That would be good. That would be good fuel for Armand to,
right,
quote unquote, justifiably erase his memories. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, so maybe every time he's tried to do it, Armand erases his memories. So
yes. Claudia was failed repeatedly in every form or fashion at every turn.
Right. Oh, I can't wait for this next episode. I'm kind of scared.
I kind of can. I kind of can.
We kind of can. Anything else in the chat that y'all wanted us to talk about before we go in the episode, or anything y'all want to bring out? No spoilers, but if we missed something, or you think it was something important we missed, or anything y'all wanted to
I did see a comment about like look at the Arthur on the books.
Yeah, who was on the books? Just let us know. Like, what did it say?
I feel like going back and searching for that, but
because that's the book he's writing right now. Like as he's interviewing Louis, right? Like he's doing Interview with the Vampire.
But it wouldn't make sense at that time because that book was right next to the Coke and stuff. So that was
I don't think
so he didn't write the book yet.
Yeah. I don't feel like it said Daniel, right? Yeah. But I don't think those books were in the episode. I think people were saying it wasn't in the episode. Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was just on the props table. So yeah, because I'm like, that's the book he's currently working on. Like current day. He's working on Interview with the Vampire.
So that could mean that could be like a little like spoiler to Daniel surviving, at least being able to finish the book.
Or they'll kill him and Louis will finish it and publish it in his name.
Oh, why did you do that?
I'm sorry.
Let me hold on to something. Armand, gotta take all my joy away.
Don't do that, because I'll go live just so we can argue about Armand. Because Armand is not a monster. Y'all not gonna do that either. Because you know I'll lean in.
Of course, there'll be some nuances to it, but he is absolutely a monster.
He's a gremlin. They not the same.
That's a monster?
He said, "Bree, you is Armand."
Right.
Now, y'all may not know, but I love a villain. Twan and I have gotten into a lot of back and forth
And I
about
be constantly trying to see it from your point of view in some of these, but I'm just like, girl, no.
It's just because you refuse.
No.
You refuse to see the light in the darkness, and there's always light in the darkness. So we
I
gonna have
know.
to.
I be trying to pull it out. I be trying to claw it out of people, trying to give them
Oh, man.
rationales. I'm Louis, trying to come up with excuses and shit instead of just reading the black and white on the page.
If y'all had to be anybody in the series, who would you be?
Nobody.
Nah, you gotta
one
pick.
of them
That's like when we
vampires
did
in
it.
Russia. One of them vampires that sent what's his name over there? Somebody we ain't seen yet. Because from what we have seen, I don't want
No, out of the people
none of
we've
these
seen,
struggles.
you can't do that because you made me pick an anime world to be in. And
Who
the options was
I'd rather be Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, I'm walking off the side of this house, bitch. Yeah, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing
Lestat.
with
They
it.
say, "Listen, I'll be Lestat. Give me stunt queen." And like little temper tantrums, I'm good.
Little temper tantrum. That's what I'm saying. These are vampires, so we have to like water everything they do down to temper tantrums because that's just their nature.
It's just, it's a bad day. Say what? Yeah, I definitely would be Louise' mom. Not Mama Dulac. You on the watch list.
It worked out okay for her.
You on the watch list immediately. I mean, somebody else said Grace. Now you gotta be a vampire. If you had to be a vampire.
It is. Okay, Miss Uno in my house rules, creating shit as you go. Nah, who would you be? No, you gotta be somebody from this season. No, you gotta be a vampire.
Look, Rashawn just proved why we need to be specific. Because he said, I'm gonna be the banker. I'm gonna be the banker. I'm gonna be Tom Anderson. Actually,
No.
I would be Tom Anderson because it would be an honor to be mauled by Lestat.
Not in
That's
that
the way to go out. Yes, no, I would love that.
Let me be I'll be one of them twins.
One of them twins. So baby said Miss Lily because she got 8 by Lestat. See, we on the same page.
Yeah, y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. That ain't what you mean.
I mean, that's a good point. We'll take so. I was just saying the vampires, but yeah, we're gonna talk about ways.
I know who I'd be.
What?
I'd be Louis' old little friend he met in the woods.
Oh,
get
for
mine
real?
and go.
But Lestat killed him though.
No, he killed him.
I'm pretty sure Lestat killed him.
No.
That was the implication with the rain boots.
I
read into it as Lestat killed him. He didn't kill him?
No, they say he didn't. No. He went about his business.
I'm disappointed. I definitely would have killed him.
I'm disappointed. See? Monster! A monster!
Definitely would have killed him. Let him go back to the house. Go back to the house.
I get my little 5 minutes with Louis and bounce.
Nah, he definitely did watch because you was sitting there looking like some creeper. I love it. Lestat said Louis can still get some. I mean, I'm just saying, Jonah was a hoot. So we're gonna try to think of ways to get y'all to come up to share your thoughts if anybody wants to. So when we do the season finale, because I think that's how we did it last time. We finished the whole season. We had debates. So y'all keep y'all note cards. We're gonna maybe do it the same way we did last time. Maybe we'll have a few more people because it was just Ashley. She had the audacity to call and say she had to talk. So we went ahead and went live. So
the audacity.
The audacity to say my baby Lestat was out here hurting people. So we may do that again. So y'all be ready. If you don't cam, you don't have to cam up. We'll do it where as long as you got a little mic, you don't have to cam up. Y'all can just come up here and talk. So maybe we'll do that. I think that'll be fun. He met him years later. Okay. So anyway, this has been fun. I'm unbanned on YouTube, hopefully tonight. If I'm unbanned tonight, I'm gonna post the video from last week, and then I'll post this portion of the show from this episode on Monday. And until then, we'll be back on Sunday with this, and then we still haven't figured out.
Yeah, we haven't.
How we're doing House of Dragons.
Okay.
So
call me throughout this week so we can work that out. Because I'm still I don't mind Monday at all. If you want to do Monday. Also, just because I ain't got shit to do next Sunday.
Yeah.
You wanted to go on late and watch it?
I'm scared too because I got to see if HBO really about that life. So what I might do is try to play like an older, like season 1 episode first, just like casually, just like maybe the season finale or something.
Let's maybe rewatch the season finale.
Yeah,
sometime this week or on the weekend.
Yeah, we may do that, and then be on the lookout for me to watch Bridgerton on Saturday. I think it comes out on the 12th. So whenever it comes out, I'm about to binge all the episodes straight through. So if you like, it's 4 episodes. So if y'all,
they put it all at once.
They put it all out at once, yeah. So if you about that life, join me to watch Bridgerton. I don't know when it's happening, so just make sure your alerts are on so you'll see when I pop up. I'll post on Twitter too, so if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow. It's the same name, Kawaii Bree 123. So follow me over there so y'all know when I go live watching other shows. And we'll see y'all next week. Okay, bye.
It was. I got a question.